And let's get to the latest from there now with Tomos, who's following all the developments. And well, we can't imagine a situation more desperate. Is this, I mean, are people there where you are giving a sense that this is perhaps some kind of ghastly, truly bloody end game?
Yeah, that's certainly what we're hearing from the activists and the residents, and the reports that we're getting from that on the ground. A confined area, a very small area now still in rebel hands. We just heard from a Syrian army officer in an interview with a reporter saying that only 2% of East Aleppo, according to them, is now in rebel-held hands. 2 square kilometres, a really small area. And within that area, activists have said that well, because it's so congested, the risk of loss of life is higher. Now, we spoke of those accusations that have been made against Russia, accusations of war atrocities. They've responded. The Kremlin have said that it's actually the rebels, or they call terrorist groups, the rebels, that have committed some of their own. During this war, both sides in this conflict have been accused of war crimes. At some stage, they've been accused, both sides, of using chemical weapons. The rebels accused of storing, hoarding supplies. The government regime accused on several occasions of targeting civilians and hospitals. And as that final push now comes from pro-government forces, those people trapped in the rebel-held district will hope that their nightmare will hopefully be on the verge of coming to an end.
And when we hear some of the numbers that are talked about, though, I mean, we talk about people being trapped, we talk about definite knowledge of 82 people being massacred, men, women and children. Regrettably, one has to think that if that is happening, in reality, the numbers for those sort of atrocities are actually going to be far, far higher.
Well, I think what we do know is that there are still tens of thousands in the rebel-held area in the southeast of the city. We also know that tens of thousands have been fleeing while this latest assault has been taking place. I mean, the exact numbers are unclear because of the widespread fleeing that's been happening over the last month since the pro-government forces really launched their attack to try and retake the east. So many people have been displaced. The numbers are literally all over the place. It's unclear where these people are, who's returned home, who has been helped by certain factions, regimes by each side. But as we say, because the rebel area is so congested now, the fears from organisations and activists is that the loss of life could be greater because of that congestion.
Tomos, thank you very much for now. Tomos Morgan there following events for us in Beirut.